Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew with Family's Everything.
Until it's not. I'm Aunt.
And I'm Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I'm good, Aunt. How are you?
Listen, the best, you've done a lot of great things for me through the years. We've had a 30+ year relationship.
True.
This might be one of the best things you've brought to my life. I love this show.
Good. I'm happy.
It's so good. And the next time I have a party, I'm going to have a creepy bunny run around with his basket and surprise people.
I think it would be amazing.
Who was the most surprised? Mary. And no
Heather
makeup
Gay too. I feel like it must have been a showrunner or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so good the way the whole thing went down. I just loved it. Loved it. To send the bunny with the bunny.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so, everything about it was, Heather was shocked and Mary was shocked, and Monica just lets anybody in her house. She doesn't care. Kids just let them in.
Kids did. Yeah.
I know. Oh, there's a bunny at the door. Oh, sure, let him in. I thought that was so funny. I really did.
Mary's son,
John, is Robert. It's Robert Jr., right?
Robert Jr., not Robert Sr.
No, Robert Jr. Is there a Robert Sr.?
Yeah.
He's
alive.
Her
grandfather.
Right. I know it's her
grandfather.
Right. But he's alive.
Yes.
No, because I wondered when she says, oh, it's about Robert got married, and Meredith says, oh, senior, junior. She goes, oh, no, I don't have a problem if it was senior. But do we ever see senior?
I don't think so. He doesn't come around.
Have you ever seen him?
I feel like we did early on.
Okay, so
I don't know. I'll have to look. We'll have to look.
All right. Is Whitney's husband older than her, or has she had great work?
I think he's probably about 10 years older than her.
He's got to be 15. Older than her. Yeah. I think they're struggling. I think
they're using it as a storyline.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling if they got divorced, I wouldn't be, out of all of them, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. It's just a vibe I got from them.
I don't think so.
You thought it was just all manufactured? Okay, you thought it was manufactured. I wondered how long they have been married.
I felt bad for Mary when she cried about her son, her baby getting married.
I know.
Because Mary doesn't cry. Like, Mary's usually like...
Yeah, it's kind of... Well, I would probably cry if I had two people living in my house and they were married for a year and I didn't know. I mean, it's sort of pathetic. Think about it.
I know a lot more pathetic households.
Oh, I do too. But you know what was pathetic? First of all, does Mary have as much money as we think?
Why?
Well, because she's got horrible green carpeting. I mean, just horrible.
I don't know if she has a ton of money.
And then she did her kitchen over, and ooh, who painted them that color, those cabinets? Because you could tell that she had an old kitchen that probably looked great and had like wood cabinets, but everybody's into color.
How about though, the best part of the whole kitchen scene was when she's working on the water bottle and the fly comes.
I thought the best part was they couldn't open the wine. I mean, what's wrong with these girls? Don't you know how to open a bottle of wine, girls? Ooh, what can I say about that? Totally. Let's go to Angie and Lisa making candles. Well, first of all,
no, we're not there yet. We still have to talk first about Heather. When Heather talked to her daughter, I have a difference of opinion. You say you don't bring up the children.
I wrote down Heather. Ashley went to Cabo, and a few things. First of all, how Heather was raised in the Mormon church is really no different than how you're raised if you go to any church. Yes. You might not go to mission, but you're taught to be a nice girl and you hang around with, people. If you're in the church, it doesn't matter if you're Catholic, Baptist, Jewish, every single faith has certain ideals. And so any faith you're raised in, you're going to have those ideals. I mean, so the Mormon experience may be different because you can't eat and you can't drink.
You can't do anything. It's not real life.
I get that. Yeah, but there's a lot of religions you're not supposed to do that. I'm not supposed to eat meat on Friday, but I do. I'm just saying.
But you do during Lent?
No.
Exactly. That's really when you're not supposed to. No, I think that what Heather's saying is true. Heather has been impacted by this religion that has, it's not the same as any religion. There is a huge following of people that believe that the Mormon church is not legitimate, that it is controlling, that it is abusive, that there are.
But there are a lot of people who think that about a lot of different religions. I'm just saying that her experience in the Mormon church of having to live a certain way isn't necessarily that. Now, maybe today you don't get that strictness in the Catholic Church.
You don't.
But you did 50, 60 years ago.
Maybe,
so it's just at a different, it's evolved a little different. The Mormon church won't be this strict in 50 years.
Who knows? All I can say is that I don't believe that Heather is talking about Lisa's son.
Yeah,
Heather,
I still don't think you should bring up the kids.
I disagree with you. Like, I disagree here 100%.
No, I know you do, but I don't think that she should have a scene talking to her daughter about Jack going to the mission.
She's talking about how her friend Lisa, who's supposed to be one of her good friends,
didn't
told
tell
everyone in the group that her son was
Right.
going on a mission, except Heather, because she wrote a book called Bad Mormon.
Agreed.
Now, Heather's whole thing is that, like, wait, okay, so you don't tell me, am I your friend? Am I not your friend? And if I'm your friend, don't I owe it to you as your friend to tell you that, wait, you know what he's going to do, right? Like, you know how this has impacted people, including me, and you know that, like, but also, Lisa, like, you're not a Mormon based on how you behave.
Well, yeah, you
Well,
you sort of are based, because you're not supposed to have coffee. Like Heather does say in the episode, I want her version of Mormon. It might have been different because I'm drinking tequila and wearing strapless dresses.
Exactly.
So, I mean, Lisa has a different version of Mormon. There are some people who go to church every week and other people who go just.
But her son won't. Her son's going in on a mission and telling people they should sign up for the religion. But yet his mother has a company called Vita Tequila and wears strapless dresses and calls herself a Mormon on television.
I understand that. I just don't think we should talk about the kids. I learned that from New Jersey. Oh, New Jersey. You know what I didn't like this week, speaking about the kids in New Jersey?
What? The Judice girls looking like hoes?
No. Oh. The Gorga, Joey Gorga, little Joey Gorga was at Michigan this week. Not Michigan. Where's she going? Delaware? No, it's the other one. Delaware. She goes to Delaware for Parents Weekend. And he's partying with all of her classmates.
So you didn't like that? But we watched Gia Judice drink on TV since she was 15.
Drinking.
But we've seen Gia Judice on TV drinking since she was 15.
Drinking, doing like kickstands at the keg stands at the parents' homecoming. And I don't think you should put it on your Instagram. I'm just saying. They're all just as freshmen who just arrived.
You're such a hypocrite. Like, you're okay with this with so many people in the world, but not with the Gorgas because you hate
I just don't like them. That's right.
I love that. Right. Well, it's a good time to introduce Father George.
Listen.
Father George.
And Father George was altered. First of all, I'm going to say, I don't think that was actually on Easter, Greek Easter. It could have been any day of the week, number one. Number two, Angie threw one hell of a party. Cy would have liked it from the New York because there was plenty of food. It was gorgeous.
At first, I couldn't understand why Angie's dad got there and they completely ignored introducing his girlfriend in the pink dress.
No, they didn't. That was his
own. I know. I'm saying at first.
Oh, at first you didn't know because
I said, "Who's the lady in the pink dress? Who's the lady in the pink dress?" They didn't say anything.
It was,
and then I realized it wasn't his girlfriend because Monica's mom starts hitting on him 5 minutes later.
Yeah. That was Aunt Rita. That was Aunt Rita, and Louis is the dad, and Father George came, and there was 7 kids in her family, and he raised them all.
Did she, when she was talking in her confessional, did she make you think of your dad?
Why? Because he was an immigrant?
Talking about his country, telling you guys about his childhood. Like, he was always, like, as much as I feel like Opa wanted to get out of Germany because of the time in which he left.
Yeah,
he
of course
also
he
was
did.
very proud of like the good parts of Germany and like always.
I don't know. My father wasn't widowed or anything, so I don't know. I didn't really. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna say that I think to be widowed with 7 kids in a foreign country, he did a good. I don't know what the brothers and sisters look like. I don't know what the brothers and sisters did, but Angie, I think I would consider Angie a success in life. But we didn't talk about, if we're going to talk about Jack and go on a mission, let's face it. And Lisa and Angie were making candles. And the girl came over and said, "Are you Jack's mom? I know him."
Yes.
Did you know he was going to
That was one of the best lines she said.
Yeah, I did. And what did Lisa say? "I'm a terrible mother. Everybody knew but me."
The girl in the candle store knows he's going on a mission but me.
Yeah. So I'll give it to her there. I thought that was great that she coughed it up.
I was
How's that?
crying laughing when Heather goes, "Jesus and Brutus." I meant Judas. And I was thinking of Julius Caesar.
And Julius Caesar, because to Brute. We talked about that on something recently. I forget which show it was, about being a traitor, but I know she got her Judas and her Brutus mixed up. It happens.
Monica's
I thought she was great
made the episode.
No.
Monica's mom wants to steal her spot in the Housewives.
Oh, a little bit of jealousy there. Yes. First of all, can we mention that Mary didn't want to go to the party? We went right over poor Meredith Marks. We forgot about Meredith Marks.
What was
what
was they going to talk about?
She wasn't invited. And then Mary, Mary went on and on. "I don't want to be with these people, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going." And then Mary calls the day of the party and says she had a flood a year ago.
And Angie was like, Angie's like, "Good luck with your flood. Bye."
And she should have said, "I'm sorry I can't come. I hope you have a wonderful party and I'll see you again soon." Instead, it was just like, "Okay, bye."
But Mary Cosby says that she doesn't want to be around these people because they haven't changed. And they remind her, "Let me tell you something, Mary, you have changed into a horrible version of yourself. You are mean. She really you are nasty.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
You're negative.
And she's exhausted," she said.
Well, I'm exhausted by Mary.
Well, I was exhausted looking at her countertops.
Ugh.
Because there was too much crap on them for me. I can't stand a lot of stuff on countertops. It triggers me. What can I say? Okay, so
talking about triggering.
Yeah.
What? I want to know about Monica's childhood. What was so bad?
Well, I want to know why Henry, Lisa's little boy, is anxious to make it rain.
He's a great Mormon, Lisa.
I know. The little one, what's he, 10 years old? He's like, "We're going to make it rain."
A good Mormon shouldn't know what that means.
I know. It was so good. It was so good. What did you just say? No, I'm not ready to get to the mother. That's its own thing. We need to talk about the party beforehand. First of all, the party was exquisite. It was a beautiful party. I loved Heather arrived with lemons. I love that Lisa Barlow arrived with a Louis Vuitton bag that we didn't see. I like to see what they bring to parties because I'm always looking at ideas. Yeah. Okay. When Angie got up and talked about Christ being resurrected in 3 days, and she understood because her family had been over a lot this week, that was hysterical. Oh, yeah. And that's the epitome of what makes a great housewife, where they can take the whole basis of Christianity for thousands of years and make it all about them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so good. I mean, and say it in a way where they believe that their suffering is equal. And that's what makes a great housewife. It was so good. So good.
What were Monica's 2 older kids wearing? Pilgrim costumes?
I don't know what she did. You know what? That's where I have trouble with Monica because she's making an effort, but even her trench coat was just hideous. I don't even know what it was. She had something underneath. See,
that's the part about Monica that I don't have a problem with. She's very open and honest about that.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have the money, and I get that. I get that. I get it, but I don't know.
And let's face it, The rumor has been going around town about Angie's husband for years. I believe it. I am sorry. She's not saying that she believes the rumor. She's not saying that it isn't coming from one crazy person. She's heard it. They've all heard it.
Are you talking about the rumor?
The rumor.
Rumors. I thought it was funny. I mean, you could see the husbands are just like, oh God, they're over there and they're starting. Oh, God forbid. They're over there and they're starting and blah, 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 blah. And they start. But Monica, first of all, was on Watch What Happens Live afterwards. And I think she might be on the O. I think she's on the O.
I don't think so. She doesn't need to be, though.
Oh, no, she was half of her size on Watch What Happens Live. I think she's on the O sense.
I was too obsessed with the fact that she cried when she met Andy in real life.
I know. Well, so many people do, but don't you think that's all part of wanting to get on the show? Yeah, a little bit.
It was that night, though. Like, she hadn't met him. She was already on the show.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't.
She cried last night when she got to.
I think she's a little unhinged, personally. I think she's a little
real, and she doesn't hold back on TV, and that comes off as unhinged.
I'm gonna this episode for me, Monica was too much.
Oh, she was, but even when Angie's husband goes, we don't act that way in our house. If I was Monica, I would have said, do you have cameras in your house normally too?
Yeah, no, but she did respect him saying that we don't do this in our house. She did get up and leave. The mother triggers her in a bad way. She was going there, but her mother coming and telling her, enough, stop. And the mother did it for her own reasons, because the mother wants airtime and the mother wants to always one up her daughter. That's the opinion I get.
It seems like her mother has a different it seems like her mother treats Monica differently than she treats the people around Monica. Sounds like someone I know.
Well, maybe that's why you're triggered a little bit different.
I think so. I see Monica.
Maybe. I saw that the mother trying to tell her to calm it down. And the more the mother stepped in and said, calm down, the more triggered Monica got, because Monica doesn't ever feel like her mom's got her back. That's what I think. But Monica also needed to reel it in at that moment. She did, but I get that at that moment, sometimes you get so triggered, you can't reel it in. And
I'm happy she did leave. Like, that was good.
But the way she left, come on, kids, we're leaving. Get your Uber home.
Also, you'll get your own ride home. The car service is going to come back and get your mom. It's paid for by Bravo. Can we just
I get that. But I did think Monica was disrespectful. And I did think she was spiraling out of control. And she did need a timeout. And she sort of ruined the party for everybody. Monica did.
Can we just add it to the chapters of parties on the Housewives where there's fights?
True.
It's not.
I know.
It's like it was a very
You know what? Maybe
fight.
It's because it was Easter. I didn't think there should be that level of fighting. If it was a regular house party, like just the end of the season or a kid graduate or something like that, I don't know. I just felt maybe where it was Easter and it was such a beautiful event and there were, lambs outside on the spit. That and the Easter Bunny was there and everybody got a basket.
Maybe the kids being there was the issue of why it shouldn't have
think it was more an Easter thing because the priest was there and they talked about, the significance of the holiday. And then they started arguing and you could tell it wasn't their first argument and that they always argue nasty.
Yeah, you can totally tell. I mean, the mother, though, she like the best line of the day was, hey guys, let's talk sports.
Yeah. The mother. Yeah. Went and sat down. I know. But I think the mother has an issue, but look at her child. I mean, Monica's a little bit out there. She is. What did you
think of the mid-season trailer?
Oh my God. It looks so good, doesn't it?
What do you think is this big thing?
Oh God, it could be anything. I mean, this is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake. They do not disappoint.
I want to know why it's not. No one has addressed the fact that we have not watched on camera these women talking to Monica about the fact that she was a witness in Jen Shah.
Do they know yet?
I don't know.
Oh, I know. You're obsessed with that.
Because it's a major detail.
Yeah, it is a major detail.
I'm really curious to know what the women.
And wouldn't you think they'd be a little suspicious that she turned on Jen and that I mean, the way Monica makes it sound, Monica does make it sound like she reported Jen and she's responsible for why Jen's in prison. But she's giving herself a little bit too much credit there, I think.
I also think that, like, what I find to be interesting is that there's just been no, like, because Monica will say working for Jen is like a stretch. I didn't really work. So maybe the women don't, maybe that is true. Like maybe Jen was more, or maybe Jen treated Monica more as like a girlfriend that she could drink with and do drugs with. And like, I'm not saying that's true. I have no idea, but I just, I feel like they're doing some nose bumps somewhere.
Okay. All right.
But like, what I'm saying is I feel like they like would get into a little trouble together.
Good moments.
But Jen, no, they like, okay. They're not. But Jen, I'm saying more, she's like, I feel like she looked at Monica more than an assistant. Like assistant in the sense that I feel like she looked at Monica as someone that could have worked under her and done the whole thing too, and Jen would get a piece of the pie.
I think that she brought her on as an assistant, saw she has potential, and then thought she could bring her in and get a piece of her pie.
Because she can clearly sell ice to an Eskimo. Like,
yeah, totally. I do think that I do think. Remember, I told you in the last podcast that I think she's dropping truth bombs, Monica, in order for when she drops the lies, you're going to believe them. And I still feel that way. And I also didn't like it. I felt bad for her mother, to tell you the truth. I did. I'm a mother. I felt
it was
bad
hard
for
to
her
watch.
mother. And I think she needs help, Monica, to deal with whatever it is she's dealing with, because she's an adult now and she has her own children, and whatever her mother did to her, she needs to put to bed or she will make the mistake somewhere down the line. And I think she acts horrendous and then she blames it on how she was raised as a way to get sympathy for her poor behavior.
And then she said she wanted a new mom. That made me feel
bad. That was bad. Yeah,
that was too much.
Yeah, it was too much. That's where that's where she just goes too far for me.
If you want a new mom, you can talk about your mom. Do not bring her on the show and do not let her watch your children when it's convenient to you.
Yeah.
Even if it is only 2 hours a week or whatever her mom said she did.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be watching them at all.
No.
You're going to go on national TV and rip her to shreds.
Yeah, I would love to know what her mother thought at the end of the episode when
or after watching it back
and saw her daughter say, "I wish I had a new mom." I mean, I don't know if I could get over that if I heard my kids say that. I wish I had a new mom.
You know what her name is?
Linda. I wrote it down.
LD.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I would. I don't think I could forgive my child if they said on camera they wanted a new mom. But I think that Monica is a little thirsty.
I don't know how this helps her.
No, I don't either. But
her mom's funny. So if she really was thirsty, she'd be using her mom to her advantage.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And they're enough of a character, but she's got too much built-in animosity towards her mother. Yeah, it's too bad. I don't know what the mom really did. Maybe we'll find out, besides not give her the love and attention she wanted, but they're still together. It's not like they're estranged.
That's why I have a lot of, that's why I just have questions of like,
I get
is this her? I think it's a combination of her truly just like having a little trauma, but also using her mom as a scapegoat for any time she wants to just like place blame on someone else or do something or just run away from a situation.
Yeah. She's using her mother as a crutch a little bit that way. Yeah, I agree. It's too bad.
And I wonder what her kids, she has adult kids, like not adult, but like older kids. I wonder what they think of it. Like how, because they didn't experience the childhood and like they know their grandmother. And like, I just wonder what kind of like thoughts they have.
Well, I think we're going to find out more because I think Monica is going to go through some more stuff before the year is out.
I just hope that it's not the only thing I fear with her mom, because it is so volatile and she said a lot of hurtful things on TV.
Yeah.
I hope that they didn't have an agreement before. Let's make this an issue so I stay on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would explain why she's around, why she keeps coming back. But we do know a lot of people that like to stay in abusive situations. So,
yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, I love this show.
It's so great. It's so great.
So good. And I love they bring it and they look fantastic in every scene. And I just, it's everything a housewife should be.
I loved what the girl with Monica and Andy Cohen said when she said, your mother's never going to think that what you experienced, she never is going to think that that's what happened. She's never going to get it. And she's your mom. Because that hit home for me.
Yeah, yeah. It's always your mom. And her mom's got to be very upset today that she said that.
Unless she knew. It's never going to be more upset than Paige.
I'm going to tell you, she might have known, but you don't. Once you see it, it's different. I bet you her mom was reeling a little bit from the end of that episode last night.
Well, I hope that she told her mother about it the same way I hope Craig tells Paige that Taylor Ann Green is going to say,
yeah, that she's a cheater. Yeah, I know. All right. I love this show.
Sucks.
I love the show. I love the show. I love the show. And I can't wait for next week's episode. I wish I had them all right now.
Oh, I love it. You could always watch the first couple seasons.
I might have to go back and watch it. Now, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Aunt and Andrew, where I post all kinds of things all day. Today, I posted stuff about Bethany, Joe Gorga exercising. I know Joe Giudice exercising. And and we're not OC's over, so we can talk about it right now as a housewife. And then Shannon did a little Instagram live with Walking Archie, saying that she has a lot to say, but she's not saying it yet. But she looked good.
What does she have to say?
She was like, I haven't been on for a while. There's a lot going on. I'm trying to get myself better. I'm trying to get myself healthy. There's stuff I can't talk about right now, but I will be able to soon. And just wanted to come and say hi, and I'm trying to get healthy.
That's nice. I hope that she doesn't make excuses for anything.
She just said, I know I haven't.
There's things I can't say. You fucked up. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Well, she can't say it right now, but she did have an Instagram live, and I posted the link on our Aunt and Andrew. So if you haven't seen it, go to Aunt and Andrew, subscribe to us, and you'll see it.
I bet she'll say, I got into a fight with John. This was the issue. All I can say is this. When you get a DUI, take responsibility. It's your fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like when you get arrested, larceny, stealing is bad.
It. Yeah. Of
Own
course.
it.
Own it. All right.
Own it. Own it. Bye, guys.